Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, 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 beautiful people. I am Nicole, and I am one of your hosts for the Live from the Inside Out show. So, welcome. We have Demel on the phone. Say hello, Demel.
Hello, hey, how everybody doing?
Well, how are you today, Demel?
Um, it's bittersweet. Obviously, another day. I'm above ground. I want to give a shout out to the Muhammad family. Our beloved sister Ava Muhammad, Sister Minister Ava Muhammad, made her transition the other day, and it's weighing very, very heavily on me personally and those of us that are students in the Nation of Islam. So we definitely want to make sure that we I won't say a shout out, but it's a very somber at the same time. We know that sister did her assignment. She was on her post, and we have to celebrate her life. But it's a personal, feels like a personal loss. But other than that, I'm maintaining and trying to stay positive.
Well, I want to say thank you, and I want to send my condolences to the family as well, and just the whole
Right,
nation of Islam, because that is a great
right,
loss that you guys took, and so my heart goes out to
absolutely.
everyone. So, thank you for that moment and for sharing that with us today. So,
Yes.
mhm. So today we want to talk about who is Demel X, because me and you did a previous show a while back, but I need to remind people just of who you are, what you stand for, and why
Hmm.
doing this show is so important for you. So can you tell our viewers who you are
Okay.
and where you're
Okay.
from and what you're currently doing?
Okay. Well, wow. And most times when people ask me that, I always want to say some of the attributes of who I am in terms of caring, concern. I'm a father. I'm a son. I'm a brother. I'm a friend. I always like to sum it up. I'm a human being. At the same time, I'm still figuring it out. And I
Mhm.
hope that doesn't sound weird or sound crazy to some people. I'll be 44. I've never been 44 before. So there are certain aspects of my life that I'm still growing into. I'm definitely a thinker, where years ago I acted impulsively. I'm working on being more inclusive in terms of letting people into my life and, not making it all about me. At the same time, when you under these conditions of a life without the possibility of parole sentence, everything becomes survival, and it becomes a struggle to be heard, be seen, to change the narrative. And I have been 21 calendar years of incarceration. In those 21 years, you can only imagine the loss, the growth. People have come in and out of my life, whether it be friends, family, romances, and otherwise. And it's just really been, I guess, like other people's lives in a way of struggle. At the same time, being in prison, man, is a trip. So
Mhm.
what I stand for and what I stand on is having a knowledge of myself, and what that means is knowing who I am, who I'm capable of, what am I capable of, trying to search the depths of my mind to see, to get rid of, sometimes maybe you might not know some of the things that you would do until your back is against the wall.
Mhm.
I think we was talking about it earlier, where when you down bad like this, everything looks possible, everything looks up. So sometimes I could be overly optimistic because I'm in prison. Everything is possible. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I'm also I'm a student. I'm a student and I'm a follower. So I hope that makes sense to people, and that's the best way I can sum it up.
Mhm. Thank you for that. Because again, like I said, many people they see our posts, but a lot of people don't comment just yet because they still are trying to get
Gotcha.
used to this idea. Like me and you are talking. So you are currently where, because of the simple fact you don't they can't physically
Okay.
see you. So can you let
Gotcha.
us know where you're
I'm
from?
currently at
Mm-hmm.
a Chippewa Correctional Facility in the
Mm-hmm.
Upper Peninsula of Michigan,
Mm-hmm.
in a level 2 prison. I have been here, like I said, 21 calendar years. It's been a struggle to give this time back. Really briefly about my crime, I was convicted of aiding and abetting an armed robbery where someone was subsequently killed. I'm going to oversimplify it. And in my oversimplification of what happened, I am in no way downplaying and disrespecting the Zabib family. I just want to make that clear. Uh, in the commission of a robbery, a co-defendant shot and killed the patron. That co-defendant has been resentenced because that co-defendant was under the age of 18. I was 22 at the time. Even though they're trying to push the youthful offender and late adolescent brain science situation, in other words, say if you were from 18 to 25, that you should be given some sort of deference in the way of your sentencing, because I was given a mandatory life without the possibility of parole sentence. I still have that life without the possibility of parole sentence, and my co-defendant, who was under the age of 18, has been subsequently resentenced. I was found not guilty of having a gun. So you're talking about, aiding and abetting someone who had did that. And I'm not in no way shirking responsibility, but just giving you the facts and giving you a little bit of the law and what it is that we're trying to do in a way of not only bringing me home, but those that are similarly situated, but obviously self first. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in no way downplaying my desire to be free, while at the same time I know that others are similarly situated.
Thank you for that, Demel, because so many times, like I said, people can hear you, but they don't know your story. And so I love the way
Right,
you just in terms like broke it down for me and for our
right,
audience, because they need to know the importance of why you come on this show with me
yes,
weekly and what we're trying to do. So can you tell them more about free people? Because we talked about it in the past, but I just
yes.
want to refresh their memory about what free
Okay.
people is.
It's a first it started off as a concept, an idea, and a personal philosophy, and now we've turned it into a LLC and business.
Hmm.
Um, Simply put, it started from because a lot of us in here that have been in here for over 2 decades, that have made the growth and the maturity, you know, no one knows of our growth. No one knows of our transition in the way of like putting that bull crap down and picking up the mantle of being an adult. And it occurred to me that if I want to be free, then I have to connect with free people, and that's the genesis of it. But it's
Mm.
deeper than that. It also talks about freeing people from debt, freeing people from bold relationships, freeing people from ignorance. All of us are counselors because of our experience. I'll give you an example. If I have gone through chapter 7 and chapter 11 bankruptcy, and I've got on the other side of that thing, and I see somebody that's going down that road, I can free them of that. At
Mhm.
least give them free advice, and it comes from the spirit of each one teach one.
Mhm.
So free people is about freeing up any impediments, any ailments, without necessarily having to go to a quote unquote professional. Like I say, all of us, because of our experience, we have an edge on this thing, and we can all become healers. So obviously, I want to be free from incarceration. So I talk to people that are free of incarceration. But you and I spoke about this a multitude of times, when you were talking about sometimes people can be imprisoned in their mind, in their body, and that's why I resonate with your level of expertise, being a life coach and stuff like that, because it's very inspiring, and it's another aspect of what we're talking about.
Mhm. Uncle Dion said, "Hey, Demel." He said, "What up,
Yes,
Demel X?"
that's my champion. That's my
Yes.
champion.
So he is here and he is fighting the struggle each and every day. I love the work that he's doing, and I see him traveling all over the world to let
Oh man,
educate and empower
that's a free
people.
man.
Yes, he
That's a
is.
free man. And when I say he's a free man, not to control, but when I say he's a free man, he does that and go to these places to not only represent for the incarcerated, me and his nephew, but to show that, because he got a story too. He never tells it. I'm not gonna tell it, but he has a
Mhm.
story too, man. I grew up, man, looking up to this man, him and my other uncle, his brother, and I see now the 180 that he's taken. So when I talk to him, and he's in Atlanta, he's in all these other places, Ohio and Virginia, stuff like that, and it's for righteous
Georgia.
causes. I'm like,
Hmm.
yeah, man, I want to emulate that. You know what I mean? I want to be free in that way.
Hmm. And you know what? I love the fact that you said something. You looked up to him, and he's like right now he's still teaching you something. He's like a trailblazer, and so the thing is, he's like blazing the way for you. And it's like when you come home, because we still speak in life, and we believing that even though you got this
Yes,
sentence, that does not mean that it's going to stick like that. Because we just have to keep that
right.
faith. And so, I want to say something because it's a campaign that he has. Do you know about the
Yes,
campaign? Can you tell us more about that campaign?
it's the heart. Okay, and this is a concept on the low. I had been pitched this idea to him some time ago, but it's come full circle.
Mm-hmm.
And amongst other things, what we want to do is we want to basically what you and I are talking about. We want to have this written out, and we want to send these to people who are in decision making capacities, and then we want to have our supporters email them or follow up. And it's
Mm-hmm.
pretty much like a flash mob. That's how I have it in my mind's eye. But it's a heartfelt, hard copy campaign where we're writing and we're humanizing ourselves, and we putting our money where our mouth is in a way of showing and proving who we are. We just need that shot.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to that. The sister Susan Brown, she's very instrumental in that as well. This sister has a hell of a story, man. She's on point, and yeah, this is something that coming full circle.
Yes. It has, but the thing is, it will come full circle. Everything come full
Mm-hmm.
circle, even though we don't
Mm-hmm.
know that it will happen, but it's going to. And your uncle said you will, and you will be free. So that's
Yes, sir.
basically to sum it all up. So you said the name of the campaign is Hard or Heartfelt
Heartfelt, hard
Hard
copy
Copy.
campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Heartfelt. And if I'm not mistaken, and my uncle will be able to clear me up if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly.
Mm-hmm.
I also have another movement from prison to school, Lifeline. I talked extensively about that yesterday on Free People, Free People. I think I don't know where it's at because and here's the irony, y'all. I've never seen Facebook. I've never seen YouTube. I've never even touched the iPhone because I've been in prison for 21 years, y'all. So don't make fun of me. I just haven't. So all I do, man, is I get on here, man, and I try to, pour my heart out, give guidance as best I can. And in between that time, what I do is facilitate classes, man. So I put my money in my mouth is, man, a lot of guys that know me, that jail with me, they can attest to that, man. We've graduated over 300 people from the compassion and accountability class. We've graduated over 400 people from the parole prep workshop class for the last 7 years that I've been doing it at this facility. And I'm proud of that.
Mm-hmm. As you should be. So we thank you and we salute you and you keep going. And so I want to be able to talk more about the prison to school lifeline next week. So we're going to just put
Okay.
a pencil right there because I want people to understand what it is and why it's so important. And we're also going to talk
Yes.
about that
Yeah.
heartfelt
Hard.
hard copy letter campaign because people need to
That's right.
know that it's important to write the letter because
You have 1 minute remaining.
your
Right.
who we write the letter to will be mandated to write it back or respond to the letter because it's a
That's right.
hard
If
copy.
I'm giving understand, that's correct. That's
Yes,
correct.
that's what your uncle said. So I want to make sure that they know this is so important. So we're doing this
Okay.
for a reason. Everything we do and why Demel is here is going to get better each and every week. And I'm going to
That's right.
actually make sure I post the conversation that you, Susan Brown, and your uncle had on yesterday because I didn't know you
Good.
talked about it yesterday. So I'm gonna make sure
Okay.
it's okay.
Okay. Okay. And listen, man, shout out to you, T. Nicole, because without you and people like you, a lot of us are just languishing here, man. They'll never hear us. So shout out to you. And I think I need to be asking you why you do what you do. You know what I mean?
I do it because I want to be free and I want others to be free. So this is how I help to heal people and free them. So this is why I do it.
Ain't no doubt. God bless. And just tell all the brothers and all the fellas, thanks for all the support and the love. Peace.
Peace. See you soon. Talk to
Thank
you
you for
later.
using GTL.
So, guys, I just want y'all to know this is so important. I wanted you to hear who Demel Dukes was from Demel himself because I can tell you who he is from my perspective. His uncle can tell you who he is as well. But I need you guys to know something. This is an important show. We're going to do it once a week, and I want to talk more about Demel and his efforts and why he do the things that he do because it's so important for us to know these things. And so I do not want to keep you guys long, but make sure that y'all tune in each and every week with us because Demel is currently incarcerated and has been for 22 calendar years, as he mentioned. So make sure you go back and re-listen to this clip, because Demel has shed a lot of light onto who he is, why he do the things that he do, and each week it will get better. And so I want you guys to know that I recently met Demel back in May, and I heard him speaking. I heard him speaking, and I was like, "Who is this young man?" Because he was talking to his uncle about something. I can't remember what the actual conversation was about, but he sounded so intelligent, and I was like, "I gotta know who he is." But at the time, I didn't even know he was incarcerated. And so, just from the short time that we done been able to bond and get to know each other, it's like he's poured into me so much. And it's like, I believe people get deserve second chances. Heartfelt hard copy or heard copy. Okay. Thank you, Uncle Dion. Thank you so very much. I'm gonna make sure I get the information off your page. So if you guys are not following Free People yet, you need to like their page, because they have an amazing page, and I want you guys to get connected to them. Dion Riggin L is over that page, over that group. And so I want you guys to connect to them, because when I tell you Dion, he's going to different art shows, he's going to different events, he's meeting with people like leadership. And I love that about him, because he's getting the results that he needs by building the bridges, like closing the gap, because the gaps are all over the place. But when you get in the position, you meet people, you love on people, you help people, because that's our job. Like, that's what we were all created to do, is to help each other. So thank you, Dion, for allowing me to be a part of your life and your nephew's life, and just for me, being able to help get his story out here, because we come from a place that I want y'all to know, like, we all have some type of trauma. We have all experienced it. And it's like some of us go away, we get incarcerated, and some of us be trapped in our mind and in our body. You hear me? And some be trapped physically, spiritually. So the thing is, I'm somebody that has been encaged in my mind and in my spirit for a very long time, and in my body, because of my past traumas. And so now I'm learning to speak up, speak about the trauma. Like, I'm a person that lives with trauma, but trauma does not control me. I control my life, I control my situation. And what I mean by that is, like, I realize something, that I have the power to make the right choice. I can either choose to live bad, speak bad, hurt people, do things like this, or I can turn my pain into what? Success, life, love, peace, and joy, and all of those good things, because I realized everything is just an experience that we go through. And not only do we go through it, we're actually growing through it. So I just want you guys to know that I really value you as a person, and heal from your past traumas. Your trauma does not define you. Like I said, some of us become incarcerated because of the choices. Some of us become overweight because of the choices. Some of us become unhealthy because of the choices that we make. So, what choice are you going to make on today? Do you choose to live? Do you choose to come out of your situations? If not, I believe you should. So think about what I just said. Be encouraged, be blessed, and have an amazing day. And we'll talk to you guys next Sunday, same time, same place, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Take care. Bye, guys.